I was called the Bridezilla after getting back with my ex-boyfriend I broke up with from high school. His parents got into his head that he should propose. His parents got married at the age of 19, and they thought that since we were 19, we should follow in their footsteps. We were only back together for over 1 month at that point. Nothing against anyone that married younger or married suddenly. He proposed. I was excited because this is supposed to be an important moment in my life, and I can plan the beautiful wedding I always dreamed of. I immediately started to look at venues since we had 10 months to plan. His mom complained to everyone behind my back that I was planning too soon. His family are strict Catholics, so when I said I didn't want to have a mass for our wedding, they made sure the priest talked to me to convince me to change my mind. When I planned to go wedding dress shopping, she complained again about how I was doing it too soon, 8 months out from the wedding, and then she brought some of her kids without asking me. On top of that, I invited a mutual friend of ours, and I got a text from that friend on my way to the bridal shop asking if she could bring her kids because my fiancé's mom told her to. His mom also got mad at me for not including all 7 of her daughters in the wedding party. Whenever I tried to plan wedding stuff with my fiancé, he couldn't handle it because planning the proposal took too much energy out of him. That lasted a few months. Whenever his family tried controlling the wedding, I got bothered because they were planning around themselves. They said that this isn't about me and my fiancé, it's about their family because their family is a big deal, and this wedding was about them. Overall, they called me Bridezilla to my face multiple times because I didn't like how they were controlling my wedding. Within those few months, I remembered why I broke up with my fiancé the first time, so I broke up with him again. I married a groomzilla. I bent over backwards to make the wedding as magical as he wanted. I would have been happy in someone's backyard with a potluck. He admitted in couples counseling 7 years later that he never really wanted to marry me so much as he wanted a huge show and party. Everyone liked and approved of me, so he wanted them all to see he was making a good choice and be envious. He wanted them to be proud of him. We used up most of the money I got from a car accident settlement. Could have put in a down payment on a small house. He asked for divorce in 2020. My first wife was a bridezilla. During the honeymoon, she realized she was married, and the wedding day was history. She wanted the big wedding, which she had, not the marriage. The next 2 years were hell, until she finally tapped out. I was young and stupid, and the thought of divorce never crossed my mind. I don't know why it didn't. I guess I just assumed I'd be miserable the rest of my life. When she told me she was leaving, it felt as if the weight of the world was off my shoulders. On a happy note, her parents were still paying off the wedding when we divorced. That's what happens when you allow your daughter everything she wanted, including 2 wedding dresses. I didn't marry the bridezilla, but I had coordinated her wedding. We had a death in the family, a 6-month-old baby, a few days prior to the wedding. I called the bride and told her the situation and said that my assistant would be stepping in for me so that I could attend the funeral. She told me to send my assistant to the funeral and that I had better be at her wedding. I told her I would be sending her a refund and that no one would be coming to her wedding. The groom ended up leaving her after this whole thing went down. Suffice to say, he really dodged a bullet there. I didn't marry a bridezilla, but I spent 4 years of my life working in a men's formal wear sales and rental chain in the Seattle suburbs in the 90s, specifically in downtown Kirkland, where the average wedding gown from the bridal shop down the street started at $3,000. My most memorable bridezilla was this woman who came in with her fiancé. Poor dude never said a word. She wanted a very specific color of shirt to match her diamond white gown and a mandarin collar, with a mid-range shawl collar 2-button jacket. 14 of them. Okay, pretty straightforward. But when you're renting shirts, particularly these shirts because they were newer, so some were closer to white and some were very ivory, and they're coming from a warehouse downtown, I can't guarantee that every shirt will even be the same color, let alone that exact shade of diamond white, which I explained twice. She signed off on it because this was not my first bridezilla rodeo. She agreed, but emphasized the shirts would all be the same color and they would be the right color. Okay, lady, I'll do my best. 6 weeks later, the Thursday before the wedding, Bridezilla comes in with her poor fiancé. We pull out the tuxes. Of course, the shirts are exactly as I warned her they would be, several shades, and only one was her perfect color, not the groom's. She lost her mind, screaming, crying, pounding on our glass countertop. wailing at the top of her lungs that we were discriminating against her because she was Japanese. She got so agitated, she shattered our front counter with her pounding. The cops were called. The bride got arrested. The groom took his and everyone else's tuxes and left, still without a word other than profuse apologies. Sunday I happened to be accepting returns. The groom comes back with 14 unworn tuxes. He explains that the bride spent 24 hours in jail after my spineless manager refused to press charges. At the rehearsal dinner, the bride threw some insane temper tantrum complete with throwing glassware, swearing, and finally punching the groom in the face. He declined to proceed with the marriage. I will never forget that woman's crazy eyes or her insistence on the perfect colored shirts from a $90 rental.